Who's ready to have some fun? Who's been to Nerd HQ before? I love it. Who's been to multiple panels this Comic-Con with us at Nerd HQ? We're so indebted to you. Thank you guys so much. We've raised so much money so far, and we still got 2 more days of panels left, so we're going to raise even more. So thank you, bless you. As you well know, this was one of the most sought-after panels that you could possibly get into anywhere in the damn world. So you're very, very lucky. Everyone who's standing, thank you guys for still standing. Thank you for still donating your money to Operation Smile and being with us. We love you. Thank you. And you can still ask questions. Your voice will still be heard. You'll just be a little farther away. That's all. Oh, really quick before we start. Hold on. Wait. Give me a number. 32. Done. All right. And one of our sponsors, Best Buy, is giving out $100 gift cards to lucky number 32. Who's 32? 32. Right there. That's you. Spend that wisely, darling. Spend that wisely. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking. Oh, by the way, you guys, just this panel raised over $5,000, so give yourself a round of applause for that. Oh, yes, and is there flash photography allowed in this panel? No. Good. Is there video allowed in this panel? No. Good. Thank you very much. That means a lot to me. I have very menacing yet very lovely security guards that will be checking your phones. So don't screw around, okay? All right. Who's ready? Ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite people in the entire world, somebody that I've, over the last few years, come to be able to call friend, and I'm very grateful for that. You know him by many names, but his real name is Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion, ladies and gentlemen.
This is pretty exciting. 10 years ago today, I had my very first San Diego Comic-Con experience. Nobody knew what Firefly was except its name. And Joss Whedon was up at a panel of several thousand, put that anywhere. And I was sitting over on the side against the wall watching with some writers from Buffy and Angel. He loaded us all into a van and said, "Let's go to Comic-Con." And he said, when he said the word Firefly, the reaction was so visceral, the floor was shaking. I thought it was the big one. And here we are. It's been a very exciting weekend. 10 years later, and I'm here for Firefly. So it means a lot to me. It was a very special part of my life, and it's given me a lot of opportunities. Not the least of being here at this off-campus event at Nerd HQ. I don't think you guys understand the phenomenal amount of work it goes to to get a venue, to throw it together, to get you guys crammed into a room, a bigger room than last year. So I would like to just say thank you very much to Zac and to your people for putting this together.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's people like you. And it's people like you that make this possible. So give all yourself a round of applause. Everybody. Yeah. Everybody.
It's a labor of love. It really is. It's a labor of love. And you guys are making a lot of money for Operation Smile.
Yeah. Yeah. Last year we raised $40,000 with many of your help. And this year we're on track to raising $100,000 for Operation Smile.
Last year, I came to do this panel last year at Nerd HQ, and the first thing, I said, "How's it going?" First thing Zac said to me is, "We need a bigger venue." I came in here, I ran into a sister, I said, "How's it going?" She said, "We need a bigger venue." We need a convention center. You guys, let's get to the important stuff. There's a burning question in your mind, in your heart. It's coming up like bile and acid. It's burning you right there, that little tickle. You're dying to know. What is it? What are you dying to know? Is there a question? Do we have questions? Do we have questions? There's a yellow wristband I see. Stand up, mister. That's you. Yes. Oh, stand up, lady. The wristband looked male.
What was it like working again with Alan for Trailer Park Heroes?
What was it working again with Alan? On what? What did we do?
On Trailer Park Heroes.
Never heard of it. I hang out with Alan a lot, and we joke around a lot. We take on these characters. Mine is the mildly idiotic, incredibly narcissistic, egomaniacal ass. And his is the forced into the second tier position, really quite capable of much more, and yet doesn't get the credit he deserves, and he's in the back just getting crapped on. It's our perceived utility. So watching him do that in Trailer Park Heroes is pretty much just like hanging out with him every day. But I'll tell you this, the bastard stole every scene he was in. Right?
He was so funny, man. You both stole the whole series.
This is true. We're both funny. But it's the team effort. It's the comedy team effort. I set him up. Alan knocks him down. Who's up next? Anybody?
I'm told I'm next. Hello. Thank you for doing this. We appreciate it.
Oh, you're very kind.
What is the one thing, if you could tell, what's the one thing people should know about you? What defines you?
I have thank you to comic books, I have an overdeveloped sense of justice. Growing up, I have an older brother. Growing up, my sense of justice said, if my brother hit me, I hit you back, and then I hit you for starting it. That was my sense of justice. And it never really worked out because, he figured once there's a hit and I hit, it's even. I said, no, you get one for starting it. And it was always kind of if you knew my brother, I mean, it started there. We're very tight. I wish he was here with me now. He is here with me now. Jeff? We're very tight. We're best friends. Yeah, I have a bit of a high horse. My overdeveloped sense of justice. That's that. Who's next? Am I picking, or is there a microphone going around?
No,
I think the volunteers are seeing your hands go
back.
up and they're getting
Perfect. Let's go.
All right, so this question is the product of 2 glasses of wine, just so you know. All right, so on Firefly, a show that everybody loves, right? When you were in that episode of Trash where you're kind of naked.
Firefly Trash, naked.
Yes, naked. Very good. Okay. So I know that you're kind of a little bit of a jokester. I'm just wondering what kind of jokes happened in that kind of environment.
That's a good question. Adam, I was talking to Adam about this. Adam Baldwin, you know Adam Baldwin. If Adam was here, it would be better. Adam is here.
I came to rescue you.
I hope you don't mind I invited a friend to buy,
Thanks for having me.
so to speak. On these days, I was out in the desert in the morning where it's very cold.
Yeah.
and you're doing a nude scene, but for the sake of modesty, you wear what kind of boils down to a mitten.
Yeah, a clip-on mitten.
There you go. So it's really hard to keep your dignity standing around with a mitten on you. I'd rather kind of just have it all hanging out, I guess.
Go for it. Just
So what I did was I asked for a headshot of Joss Whedon. I cut out his face and I glued it to the mitten. So if anybody looked down, they just saw Joss looking back up.
that was the best thing ever. I swear to God. What do you got?
I was just gonna grab my water.
there you go. Get these.
It's chin. We have another question here. The volunteers are taking care of. Over here, here. Perfect. Hello, little one. What is your name?
Connor, first of all, I'd like to say that you have been my hero for 2 years because of your Green Lantern movies. Second is, when you got to do the voice of Green Lantern, were you excited about that?
Connor, did you say your name? Connor, that's an excellent question. Connor, when you do a voice for an animated show, it doesn't matter what you look like because there's no cameras running on you, so you don't have to do your hair nice. You can wear a hat. You don't have to put your contact lenses in. You can put on your glasses. But I always wore my Green Lantern t-shirt. Was I excited? In brightest day. In darkest night. No evil shall escape my sight. I wish I may. I wish I might. Have a ring that gives me flight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Connor. Over here.
All right. Is this on? Oh, there it is. All right. Thank you for doing this. Operation Smile is a great cause. Thank you both for being here. The question is, I think a lot of us here want you to dish on what the relationship is between Mal and Inara 5 years after the events of Serenity.
Now, this is just pulling it out of my ass. Connor, excuse me, butt.
Hey, Connor, just
I would say 5 years from the events after Serenity. Well, they had to have made out by then, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah. And it would probably have been pretty good for her.
Any little ones? Any little baby Reynolds?
Little chillins.
Little chillins, little baby Reynolds is running.
Space
Reynolds.
Baby Wash.
The baby wash.
Yeah.
What?
That's
oh, right, because
he's so dead. yeah, he
it's still
blew
funny.
it. I asked him earlier.
No more crying.
I like to think that it would progress to a certain point. Why is my voice so high?
I don't know, Stewie. Why?
God. I would like to think that they maybe even
Held hands.
Connor,
Yeah, Mom.
earmuffs. Yeah, I'd like to think it would progress. 5 years is a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't put over anything on Malcolm Reynolds.
But would they have
Who
settled,
knows?
Would they have settled down into a domesticity
Nope.
in the shuttle?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Not in. Okay,
Nope.
got it. You sure?
Smuggling and stuff. Where would Jane be in 5 years after that? A farmer.
Watching. I figured out how to use these spy cams.
Vacationing in
or
that
something.
little mutter town. I go every summer, you know.
Yeah.
The way I go to Comic-Con to feel like a hero for a weekend.
Built me a nice obstacle course there where we can shoot guns and drink Mutter's milk. Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Who's next?
Hi. My question is, on Castle, you play your character so well. Is that because Castle stems from your own character?
First of all, that's true. I do a very good job.
I had an itch. I was slapping my legs. I had itched.
What was the question? Is there anything that I base on from myself onto that character? Right. Good question. Adam, what do you think? What you know of me, how much of me is in Castle?
Castle's wimpier than you are.
It's true.
In real life, he's a tough guy. He goes on these hikes and all these things. Castle's, I was fortunate enough to have been invited on to play a little role there, so I was able to watch.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And a little story about this jacket is at the end of the show, he said, "Do you want the jacket?" I was like, "Yeah, give me the jacket. Yeah, for sure." And I got a text the next day, "We need the jacket back for inserts." So I forwarded him the email. I said, "Troublemaker." You get a 2-word response on it. Didn't hear anything of it, and didn't hear anything back. So I get to keep the thing. But yeah, the most beautiful thing about walking onto a set that Nathan is in, basically the lead of, is that he carries it on his shoulders. He's got all the hours that he has to work, and he builds a leadership foundation that's inspirational for all the people that work there. And that was the experience that I had walking onto a place. Also, I saw some very familiar faces from the crew. Some people came over from Chuck. Some people came over from X-Files that I worked on, and some were holdovers from Firefly. So to have this guy at the, I guess you would be called the department head. Number one on the call sheet is basically the actor's department head, and you can have no better guy than this guy.
I am right now so glad I invited you to this thing. Could have gone either way, buddy. But I'm really happy about it.
I'll never have
right
to
now.
give this back now, all right?
Over there at the back. Hello,
Hi.
lady.
Hi, Nathan. I just want to say Edmonton misses you. And sorry, I'm a little loopy. I was up all night on the sidewalk waiting to get into Firefly this morning.
All right.
Thank you for waiting.
And, but I wanted to ask you about a little project that's coming out later this year, one where you got to play with a lot of your friends. Is there anything you can tell us about Much
We're
Ado?
about to play what now?
Much Ado.
Much Ado About Nothing. Quick story I'll tell you. Joss used to have Shakespeare brunches, where he'd have a brunch, and he'd call people over and have them read Shakespeare in his backyard. And he kept saying, "One of these days, we're going to film this." I said, "All right." So I figured we'd just be sitting around filming us reading it. And then he said, "Okay, we're going to do it." And he called me up. He says, "You're going to be Dogberry, and here's your shooting schedule." He arranged it so that everybody would work on weekends to accommodate my Castle schedule, because I did it while I was doing Castle. I called him up. Reading Shakespeare it's tough. It's tough. It's not impossible. It's still English. It's tough. Memorizing Shakespeare? Come on, man.
Cue cards, please.
I mean, it's all over the place. You can talk like Yoda, because he just flips it backwards. But with Shakespeare, yeah, it's anyone's guess what's going to happen with a word. So I called them up and I said, hey man, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't memorize this. I'm not going to be ready for Saturday. I'm going to hold everybody back. Is there any way, because there's emails going around, because this one guy couldn't make it, so he replaced him, and then that guy couldn't make it, so he replaced him again. I said, do you have maybe a replacement for me? He said, listen, Nathan, buddy, chum, my hero. That last part I made up. He said, this is a joyful lark that we are doing amongst friends. This is not a crushing commitment. Saturday, you don't even have any words. I just wanted to establish your character, but quite honestly, we don't need you. Take Saturday. Relax. You're going to be great. And I don't want you to back out on this because it's going to be a great experience. Also, I don't have any replacement for you. I almost chickened out and Joss wouldn't let me, and I'm so grateful because it was such a wonderful experience, and now I can say I'm well-rounded.
And have you've seen it, right?
I've seen scenes of it. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've seen some scenes, and
You're in the clear.
I'm pretty happy.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
Yeah, I'm in the clear. Good one. Good question, nerd. And I say that with love. Sir.
Firefly panel this morning was absolutely amazing.
Hey, how many people were there this morning? How many people were lined up last night and got woken up by Joss Whedon? Were you like, am I dreaming?
I went down there about 11:30. I saw a few people down there.
I woke up this morning and stretched and stood in front of my window and looked out at that lineup. And I said, wow, it goes from there and all the way through those tents, across the street, down the way, through the thing, all the seawall, all the way there, and then all the way back. But, wow, what about those people lined up for? I soon found out. Your question?
The Dr. Horrible sequel, has it started filming yet? If not, how soon?
Today, I was with someone. I feel safe saying that this someone is involved with Dr. Horrible intimately. There was a conversation. I would say a sequel to Dr. Horrible. The chances, fair to really good. See the way I really made him wait on that one. Like I stretched it out, and then
Boom, booyah.
yeah,
Drop the bomb.
never more
on
than
you.
20 seconds, but right up to it.
Hi.
Hello.
I was just wondering, because I know you're a really big fan of Game of Thrones, if...
I'm a big fan of the
Game of Thrones.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just wondering if, after reading all the books and then watching the show, if anybody's portrayal made you think differently about a character, and it,
Yeah.
yeah, and if not, did you like certain characters more after seeing the show?
Okay, here's how it happened for me. Someone, Molly Quinn, told me, I don't have HBO, but I want to watch this show, so I'm coming to your house on Sunday night. And she and her mom and myself sat down with some popcorn and some snacks, and we watched this, I think it was the 3rd episode of Game of Thrones. I was like, all right, let's sit down and check it out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. So I went back, I caught the first 2 episodes, and then I was with it every week. Once the episodes were over, I started reading the books. I was on book 2, coming into book 3. I just came back from my brother and myself. We do a trip every year, our bucket list trip. And that year, the bucket list had Italy and Croatia. And this whole time, I had my nose buried in this book. and I got him back to my house. I said, you got to watch this show. And every episode, we always watched the opening credits in full and sang lyrics to the music. Oh, we cried. It was great. Tywin Lannister, I'll have to say, was intense on the television program. And thank God for the TV program, because if you're thinking, I think I'll read these books, I'm going to say, watch the first season first, because otherwise you're not going to know who anybody is. There's so many people in this damn thing, you won't know who. It's nice to be able to put a face on these people. And Tywin Lannister. Oh, that guy's an evil prick. But I like him. I'm like, good one. Nice. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. What am I doing? What's that reference? Oh, it's The Crow. Fire it up. Fire it up. Right?
Hi, I'm excited to be here.
It's a very cunning hat.
I'll say.
I was just wondering what the best prank you guys ever did on any of the other cast members during Firefly or Serenity.
Made your windshield sticky.
Yeah.
That was my favorite that I perpetrated upon you.
Somebody played a joke on him. He thought it was me, so he put gummy worms on the windshield of my car, which promptly melted in the August heat of Los Angeles.
Hey. Oh, Nathan loved this car so much.
Brand new car.
I know.
I'd never owned a brand new car in my entire life.
I keyed it too. I could say it now. It's 10 years later. It's 10 years later, right? That car's not even, you don't even own that car now.
My friend does. It's in the family still. I sold it to my friend.
Oh,
I still visit it.
Tell him I say hey.
It's not far from here right now. It's right by Anaheim.
What was that prank you pulled for Alan's birthday with all the pictures?
Alan stayed at my house while I was in Vancouver shooting something, and then he was looking for a place to live in L.A., so I played a joke on him while he was at my house. He used to smoke, so I gave him a lighter to light a cigarette. It was a shocking lighter. So we all had a laugh, and I gave him another lighter, looked completely different, and he went to light a cigarette, and that was a shocking lighter, too. After that, he would never light a cigarette at my house. So when he went to stay at my house, I just made sure everything was nice and clean. On the coffee table was nothing but a pad and a pen. And 2 weeks went by, and he called me up. He said, oh, everything went great. I'll just write Nathan a little note, say everything's good, the cat's been fed, everything's good. And he presses the pen and goes, son of a... And when he left and I got back to my house, I found that he had accidentally left. Someone had sent him a calendar of his neighbors, had some photos of their family when he was growing up. And I took all the goofiest pictures of young Alan that I could find. One like his parents were holding a lobster, and he's going... And I took all these goofy pictures, and I said, this will come in handy someday. That was 2002. Yeah. And then late 2004, I said, today's the day. It was his birthday, and I had color copies made of all the goofiest pictures of Alan, and I had them posted up all over the bar where River kicks everybody's ass.
And grabs me...
grabs you by the...
Ghoulies, yeah.
The hootenannies.
Yeah. The hootenannies.
The hoot and the nannies.
Nice. Anyway, back to Alan.
He said, where did these come from? Who could have possibly... It was Nathan. I said, that's not fair. That's not fair that you would immediately accuse me. It's completely unfair and absolutely true. Good question. I like your shirt too, but you look better in red. It's another Firefly reference.
That's
She's
true.
got
It's nice,
blue sun and...
Live life with blue sun.
Right? Remember that? Okay, good. Sir.
I absolutely love Firefly, and I love the hero Canton.
It's you.
Oh.
Your eyes are so...
I was...
My question's for Nathan. Who would win in a battle heads up?
It's good.
That's a little bait and switch, don't you think?
It's fine. It's fine.
Continue.
Who would win, Dr. Horrible or Dr. Tight Pants?
Captain Tight Pants or Dr. Horrible? Well, obviously Captain Tight Pants, because Dr. Horrible's not real. He's just a made-up song and dance guy, singing and tuning and stuff. Who's next?
Mr.
Here we go.
Fillion.
Yes, please, call me your lordship. Your lordship.
I'm sorry?
Your lordship.
Your lordship.
Yes, continue.
Yes. I know the idea was next on you being Hank Pym for a cameo on the Avengers. It was next because you didn't have time, but seeing that they might do an Ant-Man movie, have you come up as a possibility now?
Let me start at the beginning. What you believe you know about a cameo on the Avengers is not true. I was not going to have a cameo on the Avengers. That's just internet, what do you call that?
Crap.
Horseshit. Connor.
Connor? Hooey.
Connor, I feel terrible. I'm gonna put $20 towards Operation Smile for those swears.
Now, by all means, curse up a storm.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Who's next?
Yes, please.
Well, first of all, thank you both for taking the time to be here with us.
You blame him for me.
Nathan, I was wondering, last season on Castle, it was suggested that Castle's father may be involved with the CIA.
What?
And I was wondering if that was something that you'd like to see maybe pursued this coming season, and if maybe you think that there is any hesitation on Castle's part to dig into that, considering what he's seen happen with Beckett digging into her mother.
Right. I think there's going to be some headway made as to the identity of Castle's father. I think that I'm interested to see how Castle will react. He's not a guy who's haunted by who's my dad. He's okay with just him. He's never known a dad, so he's all right not knowing him. What was the other question? What was the other part? Oh, right. Would there be any? Okay, yeah. I don't think anybody's gunning for his dad. Really in a way, I don't think there's any kind of circumstances surrounding Castle's dad that would get Castle into trouble if he found out he had a dad. Other than, where's my allowance? Backlogged.
I don't know. I was only on one episode.
That's true. Here's something I'd like to see on Castle. It's something we did on Firefly. We would bring characters back. I like that because the audience is in on, this guy. I remember that guy. I want to see some characters coming back. I would like to see Michael Trucco make another appearance on, right? Deming or Schlemming. I would like to see Detective Slaughter make a comeback, right?
Great. Loved it.
Where you gotta go like, I know a guy. Oh God, I don't know. Never mind. You know what? Never mind. I'm not calling. He's right behind me, isn't he?
I'm booked.
Yeah. I'd like to see that. Maybe even, you know what I'd like to have a character come in where Castle and Beckett are working on a crime and someone comes in and it's another cop and it's another author. And they are doing like the same thing kind of, but in a schleppier version of what Castle's doing. He's really upset about it because they're copying his idea. Maybe to play the author, we could get like someone like Zac Levi. And he's like this really suave, affected kind of English guy, And it turns out he's got a fake accent, and he's like from New Jersey.
Well, there's a lot of English folks in New Jersey, Nathan. That could be real. That would be amazing, by the way. I'd love to do that.
You heard it. Legally binding.
Who's over here?
Oh,
this
oh
side.
yes.
You see
In this
over here, but
standing
I'm
room.
looking at-
The voice is coming
there.
from nowhere.
There we go.
Hi, Adam, Nathan, thank you guys very much. I actually, Nathan, want to thank you for something I don't think you get thanked often enough for what you've done for photobombing. My question is a two-part question. I would like to ask you both how you got into photobombing and what advice you might have for a amateur photobomber that is hoping to really get professional.
I don't know that I really found photobombing so much as photobombing found me. I would like to say it's something I just kind of fell into. If you are to bomb a photo, I would say it's like you're coming from someplace and you're going to someplace. And this little thing here, that's not your mission in life. This is just a moment, a slice of time. And just decide what that journey was. And I often go with this one. Something's obviously going on in the back. It's not enough that your face be in there. You got to have an emotion. It's got to completely detract from the subject of your photo. Excellent question.
Oh,
I know
my
you.
captain. Hi. Hi, Adam. You are a very heroic and inspirational character in Firefly and in real life.
Hold it.
Okay.
Let me just let this sink in.
Yeah.
Go.
Just in case you didn't know. And I'm curious, what actors have inspired you, as you've been growing up over time?
Have any of you folks seen a movie called Done the Impossible? The movie by fans for the fans? That's just stand up, take a bow.
Brian, take a bow.
Obviously, I steal constantly from Harrison Ford. Anything I see on TV that moves me, that's honest, I steal from Alan Tudyk. Don't tell him. I steal from Alan Tudyk all the time. I've stolen like 4 things of yours in specific things. What things?
Yeah, tell me.
Jane was always very tactile. He always had to be touching something.
Right.
Touching something.
I stole that from Eli Wallach.
And I from you.
Okay. We pay it forward.
Yeah. When Cass is on a crime scene and he's always got to be touching stuff like he's not supposed to, and Beckett says, "Don't touch that." Who do you steal from? Who inspires you?
Well, Clint Eastwood. I like Clint Eastwood. I like aspire to that sort of thing. That's the kind of stuff I grew up with, watching Clint Eastwood and Jason Robards and Eli Wallach. That character-y stuff. Ernest Borgnine, God rest his soul.
I always thought you had a real kind of swagger and the meanness of Clint Eastwood, but with the imposing hugeness of John Wayne.
Oh. Well, thanks, Pilgrim. You want to see my impersonation of John Wayne? Really? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Here's my John Wayne. Lefty. Now righty.
Yeah. Lead with the shoulders like it hurts. Good one. Good question. Who's up?
So
Sing it, buddy.
I'm Connor's dad, and I think that you can dig a little deeper, with the amount of mistakes that you've made on the swearing front during the panel, just to contribute to Zac. So
You're Connor's dad?
I'm Connor's dad.
No shit.
Yeah, right? Thank you. And I actually did have a question, a serious question.
F and A hole.
Nice. Nathan, you've had the chance on both Castle and Firefly to have some of the coolest dialogue, I think, on TV, period. And if there's something that sticks out in your mind, a cool scene, a cool line, something along those lines, would you please perform it for us now?
Do you need some help? Your coolest line? I don't know. I don't watch TV.
I'm gonna do one of your coolest lines, and you do one of my coolest lines.
Oh, are you okay?
Oh, okay.
Ready?
You're gonna do me, and I'm gonna do you?
It's a double cam half shaft, full bore automatic, 2-barrel dingle poppers, and a fairy dingle schlop hair trigger. It is my very favorite gun.
We do business. We do business. We get paid.
I'll be in my bunk.
Can't top that. Let's go. Next question.
Right over here in the green shirt.
Gentlemen, I'm interested to know, you've had a chance to do acting on TV, voiceovers in animation. Is there another venue that you would love to explore as an actor? Another thing you have not done yet? Broadway or anything?
Claymation.
You done Robot Chicken?
Yes, I have. Actually, so I guess, never mind. You know what? On my list of things I would love to do, I would love to do a Pixar movie. I said, I sure hope I get to do a nice, beautiful Disney Pixar movie. Dear God in heaven, if you are just and kind, let me do one before Zac Levi.
God likes me more. I don't know. I
gotta say, you were really good. I didn't know you could sing. I did not know you could sing. And you were up there at the Academy Awards knocking them dead with that song.
Thanks, buddy.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not going to ask you to sing right now.
I am.
I'm not. And
your voice is gone?
The reason I'm not going to ask him right now is because last night when he was just about ready to wrap it up here at Nerd Machine and go home, I popped in with my brother for a visit, and he went, "Hey, you guys are here," and he kept it going. And I saw him today. He goes, "Hey, it's so great to see you."
That's about right.
Your voice
Yeah,
is
you
gone?
knocked it out on that one. I really liked it.
But Zac would sing in between takes on Chuck and in between setups to keep us all inspired and to keep it loose. The guy's a crooner. He would do his wonderful Sinatra impersonations and then like some beatbox crap that I hate.
Hate's a strong word.
Loathed.
Not strong enough.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome.
Hi. It's a little random, but it's a burning question I gotta know.
It's burning.
Ninjas or pirates, and why?
Ninjas. Pirates are limited to the ocean. You got ocean and maybe a little ways upriver, and then that's it. Ninjas everywhere. Done.
Pirates, rum.
Ninjas, sake.
Did you practice that before you came here?
Actually, yeah.
Hey, we got time for one, maybe two more questions. One, maybe two. So make them good. Not that the other ones weren't great. I'm just saying.
Well, I was going to ask you if there was ever an event that you stayed outside on the sidewalk overnight to get in and see somebody that you loved, be it a
Firefly panel earlier today.
But I decided to change my question to maybe you guys should reenact this Pirates versus Ninjas death battle here for us, because that would be awesome.
If it weren't for my neck hurting so bad.
Neck hurts?
I'm like crazy.
Oh, okay.
What if we shot it and made it a viral short and we put it on your machine? Would you like that? Yeah.
I'll slip in a quick thank you again for letting me take part in the Trailer Park Heroes video.
Oh,
which
dude,
I thought
you're
was just
awesome.
So much
It was
fun.
so much fun.
All right, the last question, I guess. we
Yeah,
have time
last
for.
question. Last question.
All right.
Okay, if Richard Castle were to write a book about a Canadian actor named Nathan Fillion, what would it be titled?
Fully loaded.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nathan Fillion and Adam Baldwin. Clap for her, mother, getting off the stage. Two of the greatest guys, genuinely. Was that fun? Good, good. Thank you guys so much. By the way, I can't say it enough. Thank you so much for your patience. And we try not to put you in any lines, or if you're in a line, we try not to keep you in it for very long. For all the patience you guys have given us all weekend long, and that you'll continue to give us, for all the craziness with the tickets and the debacle with that. Trust us, if we could do it over again, we'd do it very, very differently. Thank you for your patience in that. Thank you for believing in what we're trying to do here at the Nerd HQ. What? Oh, I'm being told to hold. Stay in your seats as we have a surprise. Alf has come. So hide your cats. Wasn't that weird, by the way, that Alf ate cats? Isn't that weird? And apparently there's a baby here. There's got to be a baby. Hi, baby. Everybody say hi, baby. No. Don't back up. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Don't. Hey. La segna Giolomenicia Mavara. Holding on a surprise. Tap dance. See, I'm singing. I'm tap dancing and I'm vamping. So Thor 2? Yeah, I'm doing Thor 2. Who said that? Yeah. Dude, I'm super pumped about that. I grew up reading comic books and loving comic books, and we did a panel with Stan Lee today, and I got to look at the dude who created the character. Oh, Adam Olsen.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Who's having fun? Everybody? Awesome. You know everything here is going towards charity, right? Operation Smile, all the proceeds, everything. Right? Zach is...
Yes.
Zach has made some amazing contributions today, doing the photo booth, getting a picture with Zach, and gladly donating money, all going to Operation Smile. Yesterday, he's so charitable and so giving and wanting to provide as much as he can towards Operation Smile from all of you. One of the things that he put out there was that he would, some people were like, how about a kiss? And everyone's like, this guy, a kiss. So he said, for $100, a kiss on the cheek, which, frankly, some people did. It was awesome. You got that picture. And he said for $1,000, which goes to help several children, adults, for the rest of their life. Changes their life and their experience through Operation Smile. So, Melanie, if you could come out. Melanie, here. Let's see. 1 kiss, 2 kiss, 3 kiss. She is gladly donating, Melanie, to Operation Smile, $1,000 to change the lives of many, many people. To get a kiss on the lips from, and yeah, feel free to take out a camera. You can video, take a picture, tweet it, tweetcast it, whatever you'd like to do at this point. We're gonna do a little perk up.
Thanks for telling me this was a surprise.
We're gonna do it right here. We're doing it right here. We're getting professional photographers on this here. We've got hundreds of others, and for some amazing life-changing things, Zachary Levi and Melanie may kiss.
Wait, that's only 100.
That could be you. That could be you. Pull it out. Woo-hoo.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
All right, everybody, we actually need everybody to start getting up, and we're going to exit out this side here. So get out. Go to the bank. Get out.